Good morning. Right, so we're out with the 4x4 van lads, and yeah, we've got a fairly easy day today laying in. We're stopping out tonight, and tomorrow is going to be, when we thin down the number of the vans, we're going to go on a little bit more of an extreme run. So yeah, let's see what these things can do. If you look over there, you'll see the smoke or steam or whatever it is coming off. That looks like the cement factory at Castleton. So at the minute we're making about 100 yards progress at a time, because we've got a high roof long wheelbase in convoy with us, and he's having to do a bit of track maintenance and trim and prune a couple of the trees and branches and stuff that are hanging down. So happy days for anybody else that wants to drive this lane with like a roof rack or a roof tent or something like that. You're welcome, path's clear.
Please don't put this on your video.
I just came to see why I keep stopping. There's some inconsiderate person with a long wheelbase high roof.
Slowest ever green lane record.
Conservation, we're maintaining the lanes.
Yeah. All for free. Free maintenance.
To be fair, he's got an absolutely gorgeous mint van with like mint paint on it, so it's worth taking a little bit of time, doing a bit of track maintenance. Everybody wins overall, all the vehicles following, not even in our convoy, will benefit from this, so time well spent. So this lane isn't actually that difficult, but what never ever comes across on camera is the camber of these lanes. And I know a Land Rover would just walk it and it'd be no issue whatsoever. These are vans, so the centre of gravity is a bit higher. They don't have any articulation, so as it undulates, the vans kind of lift and wobble and all the rest of it. And there's a lot of money invested in these, so you know, everyone likes to take it a little bit steadier. It's a slower progress, but you're getting something that shouldn't really off-roading.
Go on, keep going, keep going. Little bit more right hand down, mate. That's it, you're going to step off now. Seat her off. That's it, now start turning the other way.
Whoa, I don't like...
Whoa, 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 whoa.
That's a horrible line.
I would stop that, dude.
No, that's naughty.
It's going to dip in there.
It needs to be in there.
But you're almost in the bottom of the hole now. You're about to start climbing out the hole, so it's going to level out. So just watch that back diff now, James.
There'll be no obstacle left.
Take it out.
Get all this shit out for now. You had the best run at it.
Very slow, straight, very, very slow. You got that in low range? Straight it up a little. That's it. Straight forward. Take off the brake, take off the brake. Go on, keep it coming. I've seen you through the work, mate. That's not walking up.
Nah. Show them how it's done, just crawl it. Them waffle boards are more of a hindrance now, I think. So there we go, we've hit some lanes, had a cracking time round there, got to, it's a bit of a weird one this, so I've had Landys for about 15 years now and they just flex and flow over the off-road. This being a van, and especially having the 5-ton springs on and stuff, it doesn't flex. So you're lifting wheels and you're on the pivot point a lot and you're making the computer do its work. I don't know, it's odd. You're seeing the wheel come up in the air and the traction control and everything do its thing, which is new to me. I've always been just push a lever in and let it do its thing and feel it and feather it and all the rest of it. But anyway, good experience. I'm actually really impressed with the thing. When this is fitted out as a camper van, it's going to be a very, very, very capable vehicle for what it is. It'll never off-road like the Defender does, but it gets there in its own little way, and it's got a lot of capability in moving people and having comfort and all the rest of it. So far I'm really happy with the choice. Land Rovers are unreliable, they said. Get a Mercedes, they said.
The difference is though, this drives back to the campsite.
So everybody's back now. We're going down to the farm shop. He's put an evening meal on for us, so it's pie and chips for his tea and a few beers.
Good morning, welcome to another terrible night's sleep. It's light now, it's still frigging freezing. There's no diesel heater in here, it's not insulated, it is a mattress in the back of a van. Oh, the only thing missing is Haribo. Right, time to start moving. We're going to grab some breakfast and we're going to get on the road. Let's off. Yeah, so there we have it. It is literally, I've got the bed frame in. The rock walls, when you're asleep, you can scratch at the rock wall that's still remaining on the wall. It's lovely, it really is. Yeah, so the ladies watching this settle down. It's just too exciting, isn't it? Right, so from up the top of the farm down to the farm shop, coffee and breakfast.
Thank you.
We're fed, we're watered, we're caffeinated, we're all good to go. So we're just warming the vehicles up now. Everyone's getting the stuff squared away and we're going to hit the lanes.
It's too much shit. Also, when you look at if we compare this as a whole, it's got a bad stereotype. The tinfoil hat shit, right? So I have a lot of stigmas to break, stereotypes to break through. Second floor fire, they'd run to the third floor, they jump out and they fall on their fucking head, right? They had a plan, but it just didn't work out for them. And then the bottom tip.
What are you saying?
See on his, it's just steadily doing it.
Wait.
So even on a winter's day, we found the lanes quite busy. It is a popular area, but I'm starting to think these little green lane trips and stuff, start booking days off midweek and go in then, because it's a lot less likely to bump into other people and have to like work around them. This is what I love to see. A very standard road type 4x4, just out on an easy lane, just having a bit of a bash. They're going downhill, so there's no real dramas. They're not scrabbling away or anything like that. It's just a steady Sunday drive. I'm just still going downhill.
I'll move forward a bit.
Is he aiming for the rocks?
Last scene burnt out on the green lane somewhere. Well, I'm running 5-ton springs with 0 weight in this, so I have got no flex whatsoever at the minute. When the conversion's done, there'll be a bit more weight in there, so it will flex it a bit better. I'm also looking, as you're aware, I mean, these are BFG all-terrains, and I know everyone raves about them, but I'm like Shania Twain, they're not impressing me much. So I think I'm going to look some Cooper STTs, go to them. I've run them for 10 years and I know the score with them. Any other suggestions on tyres, let us know. I know I could air down more, but at the minute it is what it is. No weight, heavy duty springs, wrong tyre pressure, but I'm learning the van at its worst, if that makes sense. If I can learn it at its worst, it'll perform amazingly at its best.
So we were going to do a bit of a van tour on the top of the moors, but the wind was absolutely insane. That's why there's been no drone shots on this one. So snap box open, something to eat, van tour done, and back on the lanes.
Videos. It's like, what is that sort of mass psychosis? What is it? It's like hypnosis? What is it about that death touch thing? It's so prevalent.
Yeah, it's like survival surrender is the term. It's where you submit and you just give up to the primal instinct in us to have a metropolitan, highly populated, democratically ran areas up 25.
Right, so that was a nice little lane. What we're going to do now is we're heading south from the Peak District now, so we're going to get a little bit of a tighter lane there. We've got the Land Rover 90 with us, so that's going to recce the route first to make sure that we can get the long wheelbase Sprinter down here. Once we've done that one, we can have a brew while that goes down and back up again, because it's smaller, it's more capable, it's a more off-road vehicle, so it makes sense just to run there and back, doesn't it? Then what we'll do, we'll get that lane out of the way and we're going to head back. It's been a fantastic weekend and I've really enjoyed it. Big thanks to Pete for showing me all the little bits and bats and a bit of advice, and thanks to everybody else that's come along and made a cracking weekend. What we're going to do, we're going to get more of this. Obviously, by the time you're watching this now, I should have the windows, the flare sides and the pop top fitted, so that's when I can really start getting this thing together and getting some really good trips in and get some good footage for you. And also, while I'm on a bit of a waffle, I want to say a massive thank you to the Patreons, because it's been a bit of a slow year or so, and without that help from yourselves, if you're on the Patreon, I wouldn't have been able to replace the drone that I crashed into the lake. So huge thank you. That it goes a long way, and yeah, I appreciate the coffee, the once a week, once a month, whatever it is. It does all tot up, and over the space of a year it takes the sting off the gear. Thank you. Right, so they've wrecked the lane with the Land Rover, and apparently it's a little bit technical, it's a little bit tight, it's a little bit scratchy. We're going to go up to the first point where you can turn round and go from there. I'm happy to put a few pinstripes on this. It's got a nice paint job, but I need to use the thing. What I'm going to do is look for someone that can do some graphics or something like that, get a bit of protection on with a bit of vinyl, I think. It's just a steadier run. Do you know what I mean? It's because they've not got the flex. It's just slow and kind of methodical. Pretty much. You just stick it over 1,000 RPM. Just let it do its thing, which from like a mechanical vehicle background is a bit odd, especially when it gets onto the slippy stuff, because there's something like with at least with the TD5 discos, they get a little bit stuck and you've got to wait for the traction control, but you give it a little bit of power and it kind of kicks in and does its thing, whereas with these you just leave it like just over tick over and it just kind of chugs away and does its little thing. Strange. So that's it now, everybody's airing up, heading in different directions because we're all from different parts of the country. If you've enjoyed this, check out the description below and also the playlist that are going to pop up on screen. And thank you very much for watching this far. See you on the next one.